Welcome to the Mindspace Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Huerta, and for today's topic, I did kind of want to give you all a trigger warning just because I will be talking about something a little bit more sensitive. This is a viewer I had from TikTok. She did comment on one of my posts, and as soon as she explained her story of surviving cancer, I knew I had to have her on. So with today's topics of discussion, I will be talking about survivor's guilt and her journey ever since getting diagnosed with cancer. So as of right now, I would now like to introduce you Alondra Cavazos. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to actually go ahead and talk about all this. I've been really wanting to, so thank you.
Yes, of course. And I did want to ask, what originally helped you go ahead and actually reach out through TikTok?
So I use TikTok as a way to express myself when it comes to cancer. At first, it was Facebook. I went through Facebook, and I would let everyone and anyone know about my whole cancer journey. But I was like, you know what? TikTok is what's popping right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to TikTok, and I explained what I was going through, which was my cancer journey. And it reached a lot of people. Some videos went viral, and I was like, you know what? I want the Valley to know that there's a cancer survivor here.
Yes, of
So I was
course.
like, this is a great opportunity to reach out to you. And I was like, this is an opportunity for me to give out my testimony. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Well, I'm very grateful you commented. I knew ever since I saw the comment, I was really busy at the time, but I was just like, no, I have to find a way to fit her into the podcast schedule, and I'm glad you're finally here.
Thank
So
you,
I
thank you.
kind of want to start from the beginning because I think, one, to explain the severity of your diagnosis, and again, how it was when you initially got diagnosed with this. So if you would like to explain how old you were and what exactly were you were diagnosed with.
Okay, so I'm going to have to take you back just a little bit.
You're good.
So my whole life, well, since I can remember from 5th grade, I've always struggled with stomach issues, like gastritis, constipation, abdominal pain. So I would always go to the doctor frequently, and it was always just that, like, you just have gastritis or it's just constipation. But taking it forward to January 2023, that whole month, I was going to my family doctor frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm talking about, like, twice a week. And it was always like, I'm having this pain, like, in my stomach. My stomach is very bloated. And he's like, you're just constipated. And he would just brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
Go home. You're just constipated. Take your gastritis medication. You're probably eating too much spicy food.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not. And at that time, I also had a really bad cough.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, it's not strep. You don't have no infection. It's just mental. And I'm like, it never went away. So it's not mental. And I was like, just do blood work. Give me like a CT scan, MRI scan, but give me something. Because I have this cough and I have this really bad pain and it's not going away. And he would just send me home. It went to a point where I was going so frequently that he had a nickname for me. And it was the girl I could never diagnose. So he would enter and it was like, oh, it's the girl I could never diagnose. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
So taking it forward to January 29, 2023 at 9 p.m., my mom had to take me to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a random night. I think we were even getting ready for bed. But I had this really bad stomach pain. And I was screaming. Matthew, I kid you not, like, this pain was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The pain was so bad. I was, like, hunched over my bed, like, just putting pressure on my stomach. So the pain got so bad where my sisters were like, you need to go to the ER. Like, let's take you to the hospital. And I've had pain my whole life, like I said, since 5th grade. So I tried to toughen it up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, like, I'll just wait it out. It'll go away. Well, like 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed, and the pain was still there. Like, I was screaming, like, on the top of my lungs, like I can't with the pain no more. So at the moment, my mom wasn't home. I think she was at my grandma's house. So my little sister was going to drive me. So we're about to drive off, and the good thing, we were driving off, and my mom was pulling up, so like, they quickly changed seats.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to drive to Edinburgh. We live in Rio Grande City, but we didn't make it. The pain was so bad, I was screaming so much that my mom was like, you know what, we need to stop here at Rio Grande City at Stark County Memorial Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully we did. We get there, and I don't know if it was like a blessing in disguise or what, but they took us in so quick. Like, I kid you not, we got there, and I was like, okay, you know what? We have a room for her already.
Yeah.
They took me in, and you know how they have, like, the routine checkup?
Yes.
Like, blood pressure. They check your body, and I was like, I feel like my stomach is exploding from like the inside out. Like I feel like this pressure, just like my stomach is pulling apart, like something's pulling apart inside in there. So they put pressure on my stomach, and they're like, your stomach is rock hard. And I was like, well, my doctor says I'm constipated, but TMI, like I've been going.
Yes.
So I know it's not that. And he's like, no, we don't think so. So they do blood work. At this point, I'm already in a room. They do blood work, urine work. They give me morphine because I'm screaming. I'm still screaming from this pain, but the morphine's not working. And morphine, it's a strong medication. After a few hours, I guess the morphine's starting to hit. I'm more relaxed. I'm laying in bed. My mom's also trying to calm me down, like, mija, estás bien? She's praying for me. So the doctors come in, and they're like, you're pregnant. I was like, what? Like, you're pregnant. You have an ectopic pregnancy. And I was like, no, like, this can't be. So they quickly do an ultrasound on my stomach because I'm still having pain. It's not screaming pain at this point, but I'm still having pain. And they're not able to see anything. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to have to go in for a vaginal ultrasound. So they do that, and the ultrasound tech is like, this is weird. Like, I can't see anything in there. Like, there's nothing. Like, I can't see anything. So he goes to tell the surgeon that's on call, and they come back maybe like 30 minutes after, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to go do a procedure on you like now because we can't see anything, and that's very off. So they told me the procedure is like they're gonna put a camera through my belly button, 2 small incisions on my side, and they're gonna see what's going on in there. So I'm getting ready for the procedure, and from there, after that, I wake up, and they tell me this huge news. Well, it turns out, once they open, like, they make a little incision through your belly button to open, to put the camera in. Once they do that one small incision, I'm gushing blood through that little hole, like just blood. So what they couldn't see in the ultrasound is because my stomach was full of liquid. That liquid was blood. I was bleeding internally. So quickly, the surgeon was like, okay, you know what? I need to do something about it. She's young. I turned septic just from that little procedure. So he had to do a C-section. So I'm open from my waistline from here to here, like a C-section. And when he cuts me open like that, I gushed, like just blood all over the floor, all over the operating table, all over the floor. Like, it was like a bloodbath. It was horrible, he said. It was scary. So his only hope was to put his arm inside my belly. So he's wiggling in there, and he's like, okay, we need to stop the blood. Like, where's it coming from? While doing so, he comes in contact with my watermelon-sized tumor. Watermelon-sized tumor.
Wow.
So him not knowing what to do, what even is it? He didn't know what it was. So he pulled it out without thinking. He just pulled it out. The tumor was so huge. It grew so much to the point where it didn't have enough space to grow anymore. So it exploded, causing me to bleed internally, which is how I got all that blood, which is why I was bleeding internally. They closed me up. I wasn't septic anymore. They took me to recovery. After a while, they woke me up. I remember opening my eyes, and the first thing I saw was like my mom and the surgeon just looking down at me like, she's awake. And I was like, what happened? Like, I thought it was just a procedure. Like, and I see my mom like all teary-eyed, and I'm like, oh, like something must have happened. And he tells me, he's like, we had to take out a big mass from your abdomen area. And I was like, a mass? Honestly, I've never heard those words before. I was like, a mass from my abdomen area? And he's like, a big mass from your abdomen area. A mass that could possibly be cancer. You had a huge tumor in your abdomen area. And I was like, what do you mean, a tumor in my abdomen area? And he's like, you could have cancer. So he's like, you want to see it? And I was like, well, yeah. Those things don't really, like, scare me. They don't gross me out. Well, he shows me, and I was like, what? And then the night before I went to the ER, I took a picture of myself in the mirror because I was very bloated. And I was like, this is not normal. I looked 8 months pregnant. Like, I looked so pregnant. Though it was a tumor this whole time.
Wow.
So I woke up, and he explains, like, how I could possibly have cancer. He also had to take out my fallopian tube, my right ovary. And he tells me that I'm also no longer pregnant. I lost my pregnancy. So all of that at once was a lot. It was also very confusing. But at the same time, it was kind of a relief. Because my whole life, I've dealt with so much pain, so much discomfort. And to know that there was always this thing inside me causing that pain was kind of like, I could breathe. I'm not going insane. Like, there was actually something inside me, like, causing all that pain. Like, I wasn't just going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just gastritis. It wasn't just constipation. So I also grew a lot of anger towards my family doctor because he just dismissed it. Even though I always pushed him, like, take out some blood, like, do an old CT scan, an MRI, and he just always declined it.
Yeah.
So I grew a lot of hate towards him. Fast forward to February 6th. Well, actually, they sent out my tumor to pathology, and he told me that it was going to take 2 weeks to get results back. After that hospital stay, I believe I went home on a Thursday. That Friday, they called me, and they're like, we have your results. Come in February 6th. And I was like, oh, come in. Like, that's...
It sounded intense.
When they call you to come in, it's because, you know, something's going on. So my heart knew I had cancer, but my mind didn't want to accept it. So the nights leading towards that appointment was very hard. I feel like I cried myself to sleep every night because I wasn't scared of cancer, but it was just the what if. You get me? Like, what if I do have cancer?
Yeah.
Or what if I die? Or, like, what's going to happen to my family? You get me? So February 6th comes, and I get myself ready, and I iron my hair, and I do my makeup, and I put on some pinkalicious earrings, and we head to the appointment. And they call me in. And it was like a routine. Like, they check my body for tumors. So he checks, like, my armpits, my chest, and everything. And he checks my breasts. And while he's checking, he's like, just casually, you have stage 3 cancer. And I'm, like, looking down while he's checking me. And I'm like, I look at him, and I'm like, what? And he says it again. And he stops. He's like, you have stage 3 ovarian cancer. And in my head, I'm like, tell me psych.
Yeah.
Tell me psych right now.
Is that like, casually, maybe? Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I don't have cancer. I'm just 21. Like, what do you mean? I can have cancer? And he's like, yeah, you have stage 3 ovarian cancer, and it's very aggressive. So I turned to look at my mom, and she's just crying. And at that moment, it didn't hit me. I guess I just didn't want to believe it. But when I looked at my mom, it's like, damn. Like, this is real. So he explains, like, this whole process, like, since it's so advanced, you need to get treatment now. Like, not a month from now, like a week from now, like now. You need it now. So he puts all these appointments together, like the oncologist and the gyno and all these other appointments that I needed. And then, like, the chemo port and all this. So in my head, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, cancer, like, what? I'm just 21. Like, I cannot do this. Like this is scary. But I'm like, nah, this is not real. Like, just wake up. Like, pinch yourself. Wake up. Like, this is just a dream. Like, you're still asleep and you're waiting for February 7th, February 6th. But no, like, I was awake. Like, I had cancer. And yeah. But I guess I wasn't scared, like I said. It was just the unknown. Yeah. Because I was never really educated about cancer. So I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know what chemo was. I didn't know what cancer could do to you, to your body, to your mental health until I went through it. So I didn't know anything about it. So I wasn't scared of it. And also, I'm very religious. So I'm very like, you know what? God's got me. And if he put cancer into my life, it's for a reason. It's for a greater good. It's for a lesson. But the one thing that's scared me the most, or that saddened me the most, was telling my grandma.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna get sentimental.
No, you're good. You're good.
My grandma, both of my grandmas went with me to my appointment, and they were waiting. They didn't let them in, so they were waiting for me in the waiting room. So I was scared to walk out and tell them, like, I have cancer. Because I know that in the waiting room, they were just praying for me. So, like, imagine saying, like, tu Alondrita, like, tiene cancer. Like, how can I tell them?
Yeah.
So walking out, like, I guess just looking at them, like, they knew. So they, like, it's just like, oh, I know. Like, they just started screaming and crying. Yeah. We had to leave because the waiting room was full of pregnant ladies. So we leave. And I'm so blessed. God blessed me with such an amazing family that I had my aunt wait for me. She was already outside waiting. I guess my mom probably messaged that we were going to have this appointment. Yeah. So one of my aunts waited for me outside already. And I think that's when it hit me. And I just bawled, like screamed, crying, like if someone had passed away. Like it hit me real hard. And I turned to look at my mom and I'm like, Amma, take me to go see my dad. Yep. And my dad passed away when I was little. He passed away when I was 3 from a car accident. So I was like, Amma, llévame a ver a mi papá. So she took us to the cemetery. And like I said, I'm so blessed to have such an amazing family because from the clinic to the cemetery, I don't remember anything. It's blurry. It's a blur. But getting to the cemetery, my aunts, my uncles, some cousins were waiting for me there already. Like they were all just there waiting for me. So we were just crying and I was just there like just talking to my dad and like I said, I'm very religious. So I talked to God and I'm like, heal me. Like if you give this to me, like I'll take it, but promise you're gonna heal me. And of course I talked to my dad and I'm like, Abba, like tell God. Like hit him in the shoulder and be like, hey, my daughter has cancer, like heal her, you better heal her. But yeah, that's how I found out I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer.
Wow. Well, I first want to say thank you for being so strong because, girl, let me just tell you, your storytelling skills are very good. I felt like I was with you in each of those moments you were explaining. And you're very strong to have even taken all that in and even put up the front at first of when you first got told that news that, like, not that you were fine, but, you know, you're able to take in that information and cried it out later. And I'm glad you were able to let go of that emotion a bit and you had the support from your family.
Yes, always.
I think for me now, I would just kind of like to ask, I know it must have been a mental struggle, you know, just knowing that, like, why me? But I guess for those that are now possibly in the stage of already diagnosed with cancer, or I guess trying to find resources for help, what do you think helped you in that moment outside of your family?
Outside of my family? Or you know what, when it comes to the why me, I've actually had family members or friends tell me, like, why you, Alondra? Like, why? Like, you're such a good person and you go to church and I don't think you've ever done anything bad. And, and I've always responded, why not me? Yeah. Like, what makes me different from you? What makes me different from the person watching? You get me? So why not me? I think, like I said, God gave me cancer for a reason. I know my testimony is going to hit so many people, whether it's today, tomorrow, one day. But I know it will help so many people. Maybe not just cancer patients, cancer survivors, cancer warriors, but maybe someone who's lost a cancer friend, brother, sister, son. Or maybe just, like, let's say you. Yep. That maybe you're just going through something. It's like, you know, she's had it worse. Yep. maybe my problems aren't as bad. Make you realize, like, oh, she went through this, but hey, look at her, she's fighting.
Yeah.
You get me? But it's like, why not me? I'm no different than anyone else.
For sure.
And honestly, I feel like I would do it again. I would take away cancer from someone and redo it.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to mental health, there is resources, but I never had any.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why, when it came to my chemo medication, it made me very sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always kind of like bedbound. I never ate. I went maybe weeks without eating.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed healthy because I had like IV medication, IV fluids. When it came to food, I never ate. I never drank water. So it was very hard for me to walk. I was very weak. I would faint because of how weak I was. So I was never able to leave the house.
Yeah.
So it was very hard to like go to a clinic or to go to support groups, because there is support groups here in DHR. They do have cancer support groups.
Mm-hmm.
I know later on I was transferred to MD Anderson, so I know MD Anderson does do support groups. They also have like Facebook support groups, like online. But with my chemo medication, since I was like very bedbound all the time, I became very depressed and I grew very anxious.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I decided to, I changed my family doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to talk to my new family doctor, and thankfully she prescribed me some medication that she thought would help me out, in which I believe it did for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
So I was taking that medication, but then after a while, I think just myself, I stopped taking it. I felt like I was like, you know what, I don't need this type of medication to feel good. So outside of my family, I think maybe my church family helped me out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very involved in my church. At the moment, I would say I distanced myself a bit, but I am looking to go back. But I'm very involved in my church. I like to help out with teens. Mm-hmm. So I was a director for the teens retreat for many years. I also helped out in the Roma Teen Acts as well. So they helped me out a lot when it comes to like my mental health. Of course, I never let them know that I was like sad and stuff. It's stuff that I would keep to myself. Mm-hmm. But just being in the presence of them and talking about God and stuff like that helped me out a lot. And of course, well, they didn't know that, but of course, like it will heal me. So I would say that. But now I have my own support group, but it's online. So I reached out to a lot of cancer patients, cancer warriors, and I have a WhatsApp group. It's called Trauma Bonding. So it's a lot of cancer patients, cancer warriors from around the world. Yeah. And we message through that group chat. And it's something I feel like I'm very proud of myself for, because I've always wanted that support. Because it's very nice to have family support, but it's very hard for them to understand what you're going through.
For sure.
Because they could try to always understand what you're going through, but they could never truly get what you're going through. Mm-hmm. And that's something very hard to get someone to understand, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because of course they've never went through all that like chemo pain or all that like all the symptoms you go through when you have chemo or just cancer itself. So in this group chat, like we could talk about anything and everything like cancer related, and we get each other. And it's like we're this little family. So it feels very nice to have that, or to fall how can I say it? Like
fall to their hands,
like whenever I'm feeling low, or whenever like I have like a dark night, like I always text the group chat, and we're always there for each other. So,
nice. I'm glad you were able to create those spaces. I feel like that's kind of what I also did with Mindspace. And I mean, well, now I have you, girl, where you're able to say your testimony too. And just before we wrap things up, I did want to go ahead and ask, how has it been now? And when did you officially find out you were done with cancer, with your ovarian cancer?
I found out August 11th of 2024. So I'm almost going to be 2 years cancer-free.
Wow, congrats.
So I found out August 11th, 2024. So I finished my treatment here in DHR. I did all of my cancer treatment here. A lot of people were like, why don't you just go to MD Anderson? But it's like, no, like I want to be home. Especially knowing my treatment was very aggressive. So I had to get chemo. Well, when you get chemo, you get what's called cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So my cycle consisted of 3 weeks. So like the first week was chemo Monday through Friday, 8 hours a day. And then on the second week was chemo Monday only, and then rest the whole week. And then the third week was chemo Monday, and then rest the third week.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Monday through Friday, then chemo Monday, and you get me? So it was, that was the cycle that I would go through for a couple months. So because of that, what was the question again?
No, you're good. You're good. I was just asking how it
Chemo
was.
brain.
No, you're good. You're
Chemo
good. No, I was just asking how it's been.
It actually does exist. A lot of people are
No, for
like,
sure.
stop making it up. And it's like, no, it does.
It happens. No, you're good. I know you're trying to think of everything, but I was just asking as far as how it's been post getting cleared from cancer.
Getting cleared from cancer, yes. It's been a lot. I feel like it's very hard going back to your old self.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, post cancer, Alondra was very outgoing, very fun, would go out, was always dancing, didn't give a care of the world, was always herself, and was never afraid to show it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm more like to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly text my friends, not because I don't want to. It's just like, and I'm always there for them, but like I won't text as much, but they know I'm always there and I love them so much.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm more like to myself. Like I won't go out as much. You won't see me out and about.
Yeah.
Or now I kind of care what people think and stuff like that. I'm more conservative. So it's very hard going to your old self.
For sure.
So it's not like you're cancer free, okay, but you're never really cancer free.
Mm-hmm.
Like you always have cancer in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's always like, okay, what if cancer comes back?
Mm-hmm.
So I was diagnosed cancer free August 11, 2024 at MD Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished my treatment here at DHR, like I said, and after that I had to be transferred to MD Anderson because they noticed I still had a lot of tumors that were benign.
Yep.
So they're like, but that's kind of weird. Like, where are they coming from? So they're like, that's out of like our reach. We don't know what to do. So we're just going to transfer you over. And I loved that because it shows how good of a doctor they are.
Yep.
Because they know like
They
couldn't
couldn't
do
handle
anything.
it. Yeah. So they
transferred me to someone they knew could.
Mm-hmm.
So MD Anderson treated me so good. I love them. I still go to this day. The day they diagnosed me cancer-free was the same day they diagnosed me with growing teratoma syndrome, which I have today, which I will have for the rest of my life, which means that my body creates tumors for fun. So I could be sitting here and I could be growing a tumor.
Wow.
But the good thing is that right now they're growing benign, which means that they're not cancerous.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I have a tumor in my liver, which is benign, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But every 3 months I have to go because of that growing teratoma syndrome. So they have to check to see if I'm growing more tumors or if the tumor that I have is getting smaller and smaller, which it is. Thankfully, it's getting smaller and smaller each 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that same day I was diagnosed cancer-free was the same day I was diagnosed with growing teratoma syndrome. But also, weirdly, I wasn't happy I was diagnosed cancer-free because my grandpa was also diagnosed with cancer a few weeks back.
Yep.
And I think that's when I realized I had survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when it hit me. Because it's like, it's not a happy thing because my grandpa has it.
Yeah.
And I know what it feels like and I know he's suffering and I don't want him to suffer. Like, I wish I still had it. You get me?
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just be me? Why did he have to have it? So I wasn't happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get emotional again.
No, you're good. You're good. No, it's because it is true. It is hard to now know that you went through it, you're done with it, and now here's someone else going through it again.
And it's not his first time. It's his second time getting diagnosed with cancer. So I think it made it harder.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to celebrate. I didn't even ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I didn't want to, but because the clinic itself, they didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
So I think that also kind of killed my mood.
Yeah,
because I was like, if I'm cancer free, I want to ring a bell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get me? And to this day, I still want to ring a bell.
Yes.
but it was never made possible for me. And to this day, it's not something that makes me happy, being cancer free, because there's still a lot of people that are struggling with it. And that's when we go into the survivor's guilt. A lot of people don't understand it because it's like, estás libre de eso. Like, you're cancer free. Get it out of your mind. Like, it's gone. Like, God took it out. But it's like, no, he didn't just take it out. Like, it's implanted in me, like, forever.
Yeah.
And I feel like he gave it to me for, like, a greater good, like I've been saying. And I need to do something about it. And I feel like being here today, you giving me this opportunity is just one step closer to doing that. So, yeah.
And also hopefully easing that survivor's guilt, because even though you are now in a place of, I mean, I'm telling you, your storytelling skills are like top tier, girl. I
feel like I'm struggling.
No, girl, I really
have
do.
Like my mind's like, say this and say that.
I feel like you're saying
and
everything, because
like,
the point of today's podcast is for you to kind of say your testimony and how cancer has affected you. And I'm so glad you're still with us here and was able to survive it, because I'm telling you, what you're even doing on social media of kind of advocating for other people, making these support groups is what's needed, you know?
Thank you.
I did want to thank you, but is there any other way someone who is possibly struggling right now with cancer, or maybe even survivors guilt on any illness, can possibly join your support group?
Yes. So actually, this little WhatsApp group chat is just a little milestone. I've always wanted, which hopefully one day it will happen, an in-person support group.
Gotcha.
And I've always wanted it to happen, like, so I'm from Rio Grande City. Well, actually, I'm from Roma. I live in the middle of Rio Grande City and Roma.
Gotcha.
I've always wanted it somewhere here based, like, in McAllen or Mission, so that the surrounding cities could come. Because I don't only just support, of course, just cancer patients, cancer survivors. It's for any illnesses, because, yes, having cancer is very difficult and sad. But I know that there's many other medical illnesses out there that are possibly going through the same thing, especially when it comes to, like, the depression, anxiety from that illness.
Yeah.
So I would love to do an in-person support group. But yes, I could go ahead and share a link of WhatsApp.
Yeah, for sure. I'll for sure link it in the links in the bio below. But again, I do appreciate you being with us today, because that is a point of Mindspace and the podcast itself, because I want to continue giving people an opportunity to share their story. I'm telling you, girl, you did a really good job today, and I really do appreciate you sharing that with everyone today. But for anyone that's out there, I hope you all were able to get a thing or two of how people are getting affected every single day, whether it's through illnesses, whether through its mental health battles. But that's a point of the podcast and the people I bring on here as well. So again, I'd like to thank you, Alondra, for coming on today, and I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for watching and listening. But if you all can continue supporting us by subscribing, liking the video, and if you all want to reach out to Alondra, I'll leave her information down below in the bio. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, and I'll go ahead and catch y'all on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.